It's gonna probably be my third Wednesday, or I think fourth Wednesday off. Chill day today. Let's see what I'm gonna do. Probably just practice, shot some photography shots, taking pictures and all of that. And yeah, it's gonna be a chill day today. Not too much vlogging, or not too much on-camera vlogging, but what do I see here? There's a beer lab that I'm driving. I would give me a beer because I deserve it. But November. Oh, I guess I know where I'm coming on a Friday after work. Grand opening's in November, so I'll probably hit that place up. But I've heard a lot about Beer Lab, where you can experiment with several different types of draft beer. Mostly it's craft beer, where you have local brewers. It's an emphasis on everything local. Because I know that there's a Beer Lab in California that I've heard about that specifically focuses on only craft beer made by local artisans. So I'm kind of excited to taste local flavors. Like I'm normally used to like Big Kahuna Surf. I think that's the only brand I know is Big Kahuna. So to basically hear about Beer Lab, and when I saw it in the last couple weeks ago, I think, I'm pretty hyped about it. But yeah, I'm gonna just cruise for a little bit. Probably hit up the arcade. Nah, just chill for a bit, chill on my laptop, do some creative writing. I still gotta work on a RAN video, personal address, open letter address to somebody within the Filipino community, because it's apparent that nobody really stepped to this fucker and called his ass out on it, why he said what he said, and I'm still pretty heated about that. But yeah, probably do some creative writing, if anything. But more than likely, just want to chillax, if anything. Let my mom and brother and aunt cruise for a bit. Give me something for grind. And yeah. Apparently my brother wanted to come to Kamakana to eat. Oh well. I don't know what the fuck I want to eat here. They have a lot of good options here, but I don't know what the fuck I want to eat. Oh, we'll see. So right now here waiting on my auntie to do her drug test, because she got a job. My aunt got a job working at the post office. So they said that she needs to pass a preliminary drug test before she gets her probation. So I said, all right. So I'm here and I'm taking scenic shots, and I never realized from this perspective how beautiful the island is. Like, this is basically right across the lake. Like right over there is, I think, Ford Island, I think that's what it's called. I lived here so many years, I don't even know what parts of certain parts of my island is called, but just to lightly reflect on why I think I needed the Wednesdays off kind of helps me mentally reset before I go to work on Thursdays and Fridays. And I think even though, while it is troublesome and it is kind of one of those things where it's gonna hurt my chances of making more money for my family. I feel like it's needed because with what's going on at work, plus with what's going on at home, I can't be stretched mentally thin, and I have to thank my boss and my supervisor for making that call for me. Um, and I just want to also too thank my supervisor as well because if he hadn't insisted on me using our basically it's like a checklist and whatnot, I think as though I might be even more worse off. So yeah, I'm thankful. It's kind of refreshing now just to take the time to reflect, and I feel my butt cracked on and stuff. So I'm gonna pull my shorts, my pants. I'm kind of thankful to take the time to reflect on what I need to do and why I took the job because I took the job originally to learn new skills, and it came with the contingency because my mom did refer me to the job that our house life needs to be stable, but with what's been going on left and right with all of the inheritance money that my brother's supposed to receive, that my mom already had received, it's been heavy on my mind. So I mean, it's one of those things where I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't, kind of thing. Let me check my phone, man. But but these past few months, meaning month and a half now, with me messing up my work and all of that, um, I think by my boss giving me the time off on Wednesdays, it has really helped with my sleep. Like I noticed that I'm functioning a little bit better. Um, Even though now my anxiety is at an all-time high, I think now I can function just a little bit better. So I'm hopeful, I'm hopeful that for everything. So yeah, and yeah. So right now I'm just chilling right now, just relaxing. But going back to how I lived on this island, the island of Oahu, my whole life, and only know Eva Beach, Kapolei, parts of Waianae, and parts of town. I never really explored Aiea and basically the beginning of Shanto Oahu. And like taking the beauty shots or learning how to take photography shots um, makes me realize how lucky I am to live on Oahu. I mean, well, yes, Oahu has its cacophony of problems with the rail traffic being one of the worst on the island, in the island chain. I mean, it's one of those things where I would rather live here than anywhere else in the world. Not to say, because I've been to the Philippines, I've been to Japan. I did a brief stopover with my family in Burma. I've done all of that, and to be honest with you, even though parts of the world are just as beautiful, there's a nostalgia about living in Hawaii. Even if you lived here only for a year, you have that sense of nostalgia where everywhere you go, you can always find your center wherever you're at. Because even though parts of the island are fast paced and all of that, I feel as though you can take the time throughout the day to just appreciate the little things. Like right now, it's 2:37. Sun is already is past peak, and lighting right now, I think for me is on point. Um, but definitely not taking this time to reflect while I wait for my aunt to finish her test or submit her sample for her test. I mean, it's refreshing. It's refreshing definitely to take these Wednesdays off. I mean, I felt a little depressed a little bit, to be honest, and I still kind of do, but I see the logic because productivity for the office that I work at is paramount. It's first and foremost, and if one person loses productivity, Me and my coworker were talking about that. She said that it's going to be even harder for me to catch up, and I can't help but agree with what they said 1,000%. But I'm just really, really thankful for it. I'm just really, really thankful for just this time, just to slow it down, kind of catch my bearings in a sense today. So even with living here in Hawaii and exploring specifically this part of Aiea, I mean, it helps me get my bearings. And I know I made a segment in one of my vlogs that I was supposed to talk about anxiety, so I might as well talk about it now. This is actually my second bout with manic depression and anxiety, my anxiety disorder. In fact, let me break it down to you. There's different levels of anxiety. The most extreme being PTSD. I have what's known for most autistic and Asperger's patients. I have what's known as accumulative anxiety disorder, or AAD. That's basically within the spectrum of anxiety, but it's bordering for me. The way that I look at it, it's bordering for me PTSD and full-blown hysteria for me. And the reason why I say that is because PTSD is you're basically, once you hit that trigger, you're already in during a psychotic break. Versus with hysteria, it takes a lot to have that anxiety attack, and it takes also a lot for you to calm down. Versus with PTSD, you need constant treatment. Versus with the anxiety that I have, all it takes for me to calm down is to remember that I do have a support. Not to shortchange what people with PTSD are going through, but for me personally, I don't know much about PTSD. Like, I've seen it happen with a lot of my college mates who came from war just to pay for their college, who've seen the ugly side of humanity. And for me, living with this anxiety disorder a second time around, I'm able now to see what triggers it. Just I can't explain what and why it triggered it. So I grew up with it simply because my support system at the time growing up for the first bout with anxiety and my Asperger's wasn't that great. I was diagnosed at the time with ADHD, and because I was so hyperactive, I couldn't really focus my energies anywhere. I could focus my energies and then be basically a clusterfuck of emotions growing up. And my parents really didn't know how to support me. At the same time, too, living with a special needs child growing up, I really didn't understand why my brother was receiving more care than I was. And it wasn't to discredit my parents, saying this is not to discredit my late father and my mom, that they didn't love me enough. No, they loved me just as much, if not more, than my brother, because I was afforded to do a lot more things than my autistic brother can do back then. But I didn't understand it, and that lack of understanding, and the lack of my parents' knowledge on how to support a sibling as well, was hard for them, and basically making my support system non-existent. And I battled that throughout my childhood into my teenhood, and the reason why I was able to grow out of it the first time around was because I had a close-knit system. Not to say that the homies that I have now don't check up on me every so often. It's just with what's going on now, I haven't had time, to be honest with you, to process my late father's passing. Even though my dad passed away in July, it's now November. How many months is that? Let's see, July, August, September, October, November. Basically 5 months since my dad passed. I haven't really had the time to properly mourn my dad, because in the time that my mom was mourning him and my brother is learning to process my father's death, I had to do a lot of things, and I had to assume the role of the head of the household. And this is actually my fault. The reason why I'm suffering through it now is because I'm taking a lot of stuff on that I really did believe that I didn't need to. And I'm just thankful that I have a coworker who insists, 2 coworkers, one supervisor and one colleague of mine, that insist on me telling them, hey, if I'm not feeling well mentally, because they know that I haven't had the time to process it. On top of that, my late father, and even though as meticulous as he was brilliant, he was also a clusterfuck of emotions of himself. He was so passionate that he took on a lot of projects within him to himself that he forgot to double check whether or not everything was finalized and had my brother's assets protected. And I made it a point one year, like probably several years back, when it was several years back. There was a particular time in my life where my relationship with my parents was very turbulent. I made it a point to tell them that I don't need to worry. You don't need to worry about me. And I made it clear. And ever since I made it clear to them, their worries about me trying to succeed and all of that kind of dissipated, because I made it clear to them that they raised a fighter, and I forgot that. And I have a family friend who's kind of like my psychiatrist, where she takes the time to talk to me, and she's within the Burmese community as well, the Asian community here in Hawaii. And she's seen me grow up from childhood to now adulthood. So she has a good idea of what I'm going through. And what she reminds me is that my dad did not raise a person that just takes things on his back. And she always reminds me that if I have a support group, I should use it. And this is no discredit to any of my friends, new friends that I've made this year, as well as the friends that I made in the past that became family. Like, this is not to discredit them at all. It's just I didn't realize that I could use them as my support. And for those that I've ghosted, I apologize. I put myself in this situation. So what advice can I offer anybody that is living through anxiety right now? Not to say PTSD, but just overall anxiety. One thing that I can tell you is that, and this happened a couple weeks back, where I was talking about it in one of the vlogs that I really didn't post, because I really didn't like the quality of the video that I took. Was I met this lieutenant colonel and an autism advocate as well. And one thing that they taught me while we're waiting in line at Sam's Club was that there are 24 hours in a day. And this is a standing lesson that every single parent teaches and every single person should know, that there are 24 hours in a day. And this is one thing that I was taught that I forgot. Because there are 24 hours in a day, freaking flies. There is enough time in the day for you to find your center. Don't make your anxiety stop the progress that you've made for that day. Like, say for example, the major milestone for you to get over your anxiety is the fact that you woke up this morning. Remember that waking up and choosing to wake up from your sleep, choosing to get out of your room, absorb the day, is one of those things where it's an amazing feat. And it's gonna be hard. The day when you have these anxiety attacks that are far and few in between won't stop the time from ticking. And while time ultimately is one of the things that people with anxiety suffer through, more specifically me, one thing that I found helpful was that if you can break it down, say for example, stop for a moment, the moment that you feel an anxiety attack coming on. Literally, if you're driving, first and foremost, be safe. If it's not rush hour traffic and the traffic is constantly flowing at a steady rate of speed, pull over to the side of the road, put your hazards on, turn off the car, or just put your car in park on the shoulder of the road with your hazards on, and breathe. It'll take you a few moments to gather your breath and get your bearings, but the moment that you slow down your breathing, for me, when I realize that I'm starting to hyperventilate, the moment that I take the time to slow down my breathing, meaning deep inhalations through the nose, slow exhale through the mouth, it does really help. And on top of that, one thing that also helps me is the reminder that of faith. The lieutenant colonel also, at one point in time, he explained, served as a chaplain. And he says that faith, whether you be a Muslim, whether you be a Christian, Hindu, Buddhist, whatever, is one of the things that helps ground you in the time when you're in that type of struggle. So sometimes even a small prayer while you're breathing does help. And during these past few weeks, aside from the medication that I'm taking now, it does help. And for this vlog in particular, if you want to comment your struggles, please feel free to do so. All I ask is that anybody who watches this vlog and you want to comment on this vlog, please keep the politics out of it. I will block you and I will delete the comment right away. On top of that, I want this channel more specifically these sets of videos that I talk about anxiety or autism awareness. I want this video to be a support channel, so a channel of support for those who need that support. And yeah, and I want basically all comments in all walks of life to be welcome. I don't care what age group you're a part of. If you feel like you need to vent, write a full fucking paragraph on the comment section. I don't care. So long as you leave the politics and the violence out of it. So yeah, and my aunt, apparently the sample that my aunt gave wasn't enough. Sorry, Tita, I'm putting you on blast. But yeah, anyways, going back to that, I really do want to help people with these videos. Yes, right now I'm focusing heavily on mukbang. Like right now, I just finished research on musubis here in Hawaii, how they were a Japanese American invention that turned into a part of the local diet here in Hawaii. It's more than just stuff like that. But going back to how I want to make this channel more than just about food and travel, and more than just about my family life experience, more than just about a therapeutic experience, which these vlogs are for me. I want this to be a channel that helps people. So if you ever feel the need to comment on this video particularly, feel free to do so. Write a full fucking paragraph. I don't care. Just leave the violence, leave the politics out of it. Because there were a couple of videos where I had to delete because there's these constant posts about, oh, fuck Trump, fuck Obama, support Trump, support Obama, all of that. And my channel is not a political channel. My channel is just the fuck whatever channel. Meaning I post whenever I like, I put whatever I like, so long as it follows the YouTube guidelines. I follow the YouTube guidelines. I honestly don't give a damn. And this video might get demonetized because I said the word fuck. I honestly don't give a damn. If I make money off this video after several thousand views, then fine. That'll be added income to my pocket that I can help support my family with. But in regards to anxiety and how it works with my Asperger's, it's one of those things where it can be debilitating. So, like I said, just take the time to breathe, find your bearings, and more. And if you guys like stuff about me talking about my anxiety, I'd be glad to post more videos about it or talk more about it in these vlogs. But right now, I'm gonna probably text my auntie back, hit up the office, and like chill in some AC. And see you guys when I get home. At home now. Now I'm gonna grab me something to eat because in the next probably 3 hours my aunt has class. It's her finals class, so she's gonna be a lobotomist that works at the post office. I'm gonna try to open. I'm trying to open this. I don't like it. Hallelujah. Mountain Dew. I need a straw. Before I get a straw, I might as well get my stuff so that way I can upload some of the photos that I got and post it on Facebook. And then hopefully I have enough funds to buy what they call a glass canvas, where I saw on Facebook and Instagram this one company that does prints. That does prints on glass. So hopefully it comes out nice, because I don't know if the photos will come out nice. I haven't hit the final edits yet. But yeah, Say hi, Ma. Mom's camera shy. We'll break that eventually. What you watching, Ma? What you watching? Oh, only now you shame. This is a woman that, in my youth, would lift up her shirt, show her boxer shorts to my friends and close family members in public.
I never done that.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Oh, tall.
Why I do not do that?
Yeah, you do.
Gregory, you need to stop that.
No lie, you did that.
No, only not boxers. I have a short, not a boxer.
Boxer shorts.
No,
Yes? You know what? You're lucky Dad's not alive because I would ask him right now. She's lucky I don't have. Actually, lucky that Garrett can't really understand anything that's going on other than the fact that I'm making fun of Mom.
Stop.
So only now my mom's kind of. How do you say shame in Tagalog? Nahihiya? Yeah, only now. Marunong na marunong. Mahiya. Now my mom learned how to be shame as soon as Dad passed. Why did it take Dad's passing for you to actually have some sense? Well, yeah. Gonna chillax for a bit, edit some photos, and drink this Sprite. Oh. Seems like Garrett snuck out some food, Mom. So, gonna do some editing. Currently, I am at my aunt's, or the place where I went to CNA school. Hopefully I can put my tripod evenly. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. Hopefully my fat ass is in frame. Okay. Perfect. Not really. I am leaving that in the edits. Alright. Nope. You muddy suka! Get in there! Yeah. I gotta make this all the way. That is staying in the edits. I don't care. Since I'm editing this video. Alright. So right now I'm actually at my auntie's. I'm setting up my this little contraption here. Yeah. Okay. Sorry guys. I'm setting up this little contraption here so that way I can not only vlog while I drive, but I can catch B-roll at stoplights and all of that. So we'll see how it goes. I just gotta finish setting this up, put my camera, and we can catch B-roll. So get small kind of action here because apparently somebody stole something and one of them managed to call in the cops. So I'm here trying to give me something to eat tonight because I gotta edit videos. Got me my Spam Deluxe. Better, brother. You're very welcome. So, got my musubi, and I gotta get me something to help me sleep. I get beer in at home, but I need something for drink right now. I'm gonna get. There's just facing 90% of this shit has caffeine, so I can't really drink it. Let us see. coconut water. No, that's gonna give me the runs tonight. Yeah, fuck it. Green tea. Classic. So I have it. Now I'm gonna dig out. What's that line? Gonna dig out now. I just got looked at as if I was a celebrity, bro. But yeah, so I'm gonna try catch B-roll using that setup. Hopefully you guys saw me and heard me. But yeah, the purpose of that setup is you can instead of using like your hand while you're driving, you can generally use that setup. It's about $40. Like I said, I got it for $40. It's like 60 something off Amazon. You can, how's it look, brother? I'm getting looked at. But yeah, it's about $70 off Amazon and you can get it off there. But got my food, gotta head home and conclude this vlog. Yeah, so, and I'm actually thoroughly impressed with the quality. I actually haven't got to use this yet, actually. So for me to actually use it I think I bought this setup last year. Aside from the rattling that it's giving off, I mean, it looks pretty stable. Hopefully the footage is actually stable. But yeah, at 7-Eleven I got my Arizona, and hopefully there's not a cop behind me and a Musubi. Hopefully you guys saw that. But yeah, I got me a Arizona iced tea. I think it's extra sweet, or if not, regular. And yeah, the only thing that sucks about, I think, with the setting that I have it at, is I can't adjust for lights. So I need to use like the overhead lights, and oh shit, there's a cop. But yeah, so hopefully though, I mean, the footage that I have is not as shaky. I'm hoping, but at the same time, like I've had used my action cameras like from Activon, and the image quality was still pretty shaky. But even though I bob and weave as I walk because I'm a fat, let's just face it, I'm a fat guy, so I have to waddle. Hopefully, because I'm driving, and even though the roads are kind of bumpy, hopefully the bumpiness of the road is not transferring. But yeah, now headed home. Hopefully there's not a cop behind me when I transfer you to look forward. Unfortunately, that won't be the case. Because I can't look at the camera and then look at you, look at the road. Like, that's the only downside to having a single camera during these vlogs that I found early on, is you want to catch dope footage like of your city and all of that, but it's so hard to do that with just that one camera. I mean, if you're driving like I am, you want to have the cameras focused on the road and on the subject, and the subject is me. But yeah, please turn red so I can turn this camera around. Hey, keep slowing down. But so far, I've driven already about a good maybe mile and a half, and I don't see any blue lights. Hopefully, the SUV behind me is not a cop plainclothes officer. Meaning that they have unmarked police cars. So hopefully, that's not an unmarked police car behind me. But I am thoroughly impressed. Just when I give praise on the setup that I have, this fucking thing decides to tip, bruh. But this car in front of me is braking a little bit too excessively, and I might get an answered prayer. I might get an answered prayer. Is it green? No, it's green. Come on, man. All right, I'm gonna risk it. So I got home at around, I would say, 7:30. Left my monopod in my car. That's the reason why you see my arms stretched out and it's kind of unsteady. But yeah, so I'm just gonna conclude my day. Been editing this current vlog right now. Looking for something in the bathroom. I don't know what. Well, that's what I know to do. But anyways, yeah. Gonna probably close out this vlog for now. Hopefully everybody has a nice day. Hopefully you guys are embracing the good that life has to offer, not allowing the bad to happen, because God knows that's what's gonna happen with me. But I'm trying to live by my slogan: embrace the good shit, fuck the bullshit. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Hopefully you guys like what you watched. Hopefully some insights into my life, as well as insights as to how I'm fighting through this depression, helps you. Yeah, this is probably going to be one of the longer vlogs. So hopefully you guys have a good day. If you're new to my channel, welcome. And as always, like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to turn down for tonight. I got work tomorrow. Probably going to do another vlog tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. Catch you guys on the flip side.